Well, it's always a great occasion, the semi-final of the World Championship. Down to the one table and all eyes on these players.
To reach the semi-finals and have the one table set up is a dream come true.
20-year anniversary now after winning at 98, so I'm just proud that I'm still in there fighting now with the best players.
I've been here before, I know what to expect. I think that helps really.
Still on that crest of a wave, and I'll keep surfing it until they come crashing down.
Hello, a very good evening to you. Welcome back to the Crucible, day 2 of the semi-finals, and a busy old day for both Kyren Wilson and John Higgins. 2 sessions to play today, so let's start by showing you the first 8 frames this morning.
Fascinating first session. Let's hope we get more of the same here. A good pot. That's another terrific shot. He strikes the ball so well. Look at that positional shot there. And he's now just one behind, 5-4.
It's a risk. He's played it in the middle. Oh, what a shot. What a shot that is. And now leads 6 frames to 4. What he is in the University of Snooker. He's a PhD and professor. Oh, yes. That was a beautiful shot. Oh, found the gap again. Lovely break by Kyren Wilson. Back to just 2 frames behind now. It's 7 frames to 5.
Terrific pot. And now he's just one behind. It's 7-6.
Oh dear, what has he done?
Played a half ball and didn't quite get it.
In it goes. Kyren Wilson looked like drawing level. What a massive frame. 8 frames to 6.
He hit that beautifully. He's back at just one behind. 8-7.
Good shot. Very good. Kyren Wilson offers a handshake. It's been far from vintage John Higgins, but he'll be pleased. We're going into tonight's session leading by 9 frames to 7.
And if you were watching with us on BBC Two earlier, you would have seen the John Higgins stretch that 9-7 lead to 12-9 with 3 frames to go this evening. So let's join frame 22. Higgins at the table. He snookered himself. Commentating for us, John Virgo and Alan McManus.
He just brushed it, actually.
And a miss.
I thought he hit that.
Kyren Wilson, 7.
Perhaps I'm seeing things. I'd like to see that again. Let's have a look at this. Difficult to tell.
Well, referee Paul Collier is right down there in the heat of it, so he didn't think it hit it. Kyren's had a good look at this red. Does it pass the blue to the far left corner? He seems to think it does. He's building him up for it. It's a big shot, this. Gives him the first chance.
Yeah, the Crucible crowd willing him on.
Eight. Nine.
Judge the kiss off the second red nicely. Good chance. And he's got to take these chances, you feel now.
16. $17.
Just had enough side on, screwing off the side cushion, played it with a lot of right hand side
24.
and played it well. This watch looked like he was going to kiss the red, but a little bit of side just widened the angle.
$25.
Well, decided he didn't like the potting angle on the red, so was going up for the blue, but he could have played it better than that. Having flicked the green, it's not really helped the position here. Still got a little bit
30.
to do with the cue ball. Well, he's had a couple of fortunate little flicks here. He's not had complete control of this cue ball.
Yeah, a little brush off the red and nice on the black. Now, how much, if any, can he get of this bunch of reds if he chooses to disturb? No, too thin in the black. He won't be over enamoured with that one. Not only a good pot required.
38.
It's a must. He gets a decent angle top side.
Got the red, and it's just got a slight angle. I don't know whether he can force the blue or the angle off the blue. One of them, well, he's thinking about forcing it down. I think it's just not the angle to run round off two cushions. So he's stunning down. And played it well. He couldn't have worked out better. He's had a few bits of luck on the positional side of this
44.
break. But he's in prime position at last.
$45.
Now, when he pots the black, you go 65 points in front. Still be 83 remaining, so he's considering whether it's worth playing a cannon into the cluster, because two reds, two colours just won't be enough. Well, 2 reds, 2 blacks will be enough.
52. $53.
It's always difficult sometimes with John Higgins giving away those foul shots on the black. Makes the scoreline slightly different from the norm.
Yeah, trouble playing this. The best way to hold for the red is off the bunch. I think to drop it dead weight and take his medicine. Should get the red though. 73 ahead. So this red
60.
cut the deficit.
Yeah, right in the heart of the pocket.
61.
Looking at the possibility of a plant. But the main thing is this black will put him 81 points in front with just 67 remaining.
$68.
Already
69.
made 2 century breaks in this match. This goes right. Could be on for a third. It's gone as good as he could have expected.
$75. 76. $83. 84. $91. 92.
Well, if anything proves what a strange game snooker is, John Higgins potted a lovely long red. Got a bad kiss on the second red. Snookered
98.
himself. Had 2 attempts to hit the black. And in the end, a terrific long pot from
99.
Kyron. And John's been sat down ever since. And in goes the 73rd century break of this Betfred World Snooker Championship. And Kyron Wilson's 3rd in this
104.
match and 7th in the tournament.
$106.
Only Mark Williams has a better century break total. Well, it was just hampered by the flare, but it didn't matter. He treated this crowd to a century. John Higgins is going to leave the arena. Kyron Wilson will sit down and enjoy the applause. He's still 2 behind though. It's now 12-10.
Yes, a very big frame that for Kyron Wilson. Into the next frame, Higgins to play, and there's no score.
Cheers. 1.
Obviously Kyron was tempted by that red because the black goes into this corner pocket. There you see it. And John would love to be on the red that's just to the left of the black now, and that would make the black clearly available for both corners. Be a good break building chance.
talking about John's highest break in this match so far at 77. Sometimes
8.
he's not been at his absolute best in the scoring department, and the problem is sometimes when you feel that way, you don't see the pattern of how I'm going to develop these reds. You know, John in full flow would be thinking first opportunity, get in amongst them, but you just sense he's just trying to pick a few off here and trying to build confidence as well as anything.
Yeah, this is the red he played for last time around, to be honest with you.
Give me a second, John.
Referee Paul Collier asking John to give him a second, which tells us that the pink spot's not available. So I'll have to go as close to its own spot as it can, because there's no other spots that are open. As close as it can go in a direct line with the middle of the top cushion, without touching the red. But see how it's just nestling down in that little bit of nap.
15. $16.
But every chance here. I mean, this is a great opportunity. Play the cannon from black to pink. As long as you catch the pink half ball, particularly on the left-hand side, you should be on one of those reds on the left-hand side of the table.
Yeah, you can see just he's hesitant. Normally he'd have played this by now. Just things have not been happening with this type of shot yet so far in this match. And that's why he's biding his time once more.
Well, will we get a better opportunity
23.
than that?
Yes, it's almost whichever way you'll, if and when he gets a chance to try and open them up. There's not a great target from black or blue actually, unless he's perfect on either colour.
$24.
Well, he won't be playing a cannon this time because he's a little bit too straight on the black for that, so he's going to have to play for that loose red.
I wonder if there's a part of John Higgins in the back of his mind in this match that he thinks, and this would be super old school. If I build a 40-point lead, I'm a huge favourite with my game, my tactical nous and everything that goes along with John Higgins. I just wonder, that's probably been a bit negative, because John doesn't think that way, but...
31.
Yeah, well, sometimes, you know, that competitive instinct, don't care how you play, just get over the winning line.
Yeah, and it's obviously the second last frame of the session. Oh, he's played this lovely. Nice
32.
angle now, but again, just to reiterate, this is not a big target. Has to get this red flush.
Yeah, and hope that there's no plants to the corners. Oh, he couldn't have hit it better. He could not have hit that any better. And to only have this red to the
37.
the ball pocket is a little unfortunate. Hit that red just as he dreamt he would hit it. But he's not left himself anything easy to continue with. Seems that the obvious shot is the one to the far right corner, but he's reluctant to play it.
Yeah, I think if he plays the hard stun for blue, he'll get it. But I think he's hedging his bets, is he? He's played the hard stun, but with a bit of safety in mind.
48.
Definitely wary of the counter-attack from Kyron Wilson, but you talk about match players, this guy's probably the best there's ever been. Oh no. No. This could
John
be the
Higgins,
counter-attack on the
38.
way.
Yeah, well, that no risk, tentative approach to that visit might cost him.
Yeah, it was tentative, John, wasn't it? You know, the black a few shots ago, when lovely angle, played for a loose one, trying to build. To be fair, he played the blue beautifully, didn't he? But there's bits again in the red, and yeah, straight in the heart of the pocket. Played for black and pink. Clever shot that.
Now, if he's got a nice angle on the pink, he may be able to. Well, he has. He's got a little angle just to screw back and leave a red for the same pocket. Oh, hit the wrong red. Okay, he's got an alternative to the right middle, but that wasn't as planned.
7. Eight.
I know it's early days, but how big would a clearance be here? John Higgins is the master pickpocket of snooker, but this would be massive if Kyron Wilson could win this in one fell swoop. This is where champions are made, these moments where you have to clear it, you have to punish. John's already won
13.
at least 3 frames in this match so far from almost nowhere a couple of times. Kyron, chance to repay the compliment.
$14.
There's one loose red that's easily available, and one just to the left of the pink for corner or right middle. He's got a nice angle on the black here, but as we've seen before, you play these cannons, you always need a little bit of luck. It's okay, it's okay. Doesn't have to play any more cannons now.
21.
The frame's there for the taking.
$22.
There's 3 reds immediately above the black. But if he pots the left down one of the 3, he'll release the other 2 to the corner pocket. So as I say, it's just keeping tight control of that cue ball. And, of course, holding
28.
yourself together, because this frame is massive. John Higgins had first chance. Kyron would have been sat in his seat thinking, well,
29.
am I going to get an opportunity in this frame? He's got it. Can he take it? And as I say, once he pots this red to the right corner, he releases the other 2 reds to the left corner and the middle.
35. Cheers. 36. $43.
He's got to be a little bit careful here. But he judged the run off
44.
the second red perfectly.
Yeah, I mentioned the 2 or 3 frames that John Higgins has pinched from Kyron so far in this semi-final. Setbacks in this game are unavoidable, but you can choose whether or not you're affected by them. And the way this is looking,
51.
Kyron has not been affected in the slightest. He's looking very, very composed.
52.
The pink will put him 20 points in front. A red and a black would put him 28 points in front with 27 remaining. And I just get the feeling, Alan, that John Higgins has missed a trick here. Didn't really was aggressive enough when he had that chance.
58.
Yes, I agree, John. And just to reiterate, not only has this been
59.
excellence, this break, it's been done with a minimum of fuss and a great assuredness.
$66. You turn that off, please.
Yeah, rogue.
68.
Phone just going off, thank goodness, it's after the frame's effectively finished.
71.
And this is what semi-finals at the Crucible are all about. One to go. What's the overnight lead going to be, if there is a lead? Can Kyron
75.
Wilson tie things up at 12 all? We're about to find out in the next 20 minutes or so.
80. $86.
Hesitancy from John Higgins. And a fabulous 93. Counter-attack by Kyron Wilson. He's one behind with one to play. Who's going to win it? We're about to find out. It's 12-11, John Higgins.
Thank you. The final frame of this session. Kyron Wilson to break.
Well, he's left a red onto the left corner. The black will be available, but it's risky. You couldn't play it as a shot for nothing. If you don't get it, you leave a red on. Can John play this red to the right corner and stun in between the black and the reds? Well, he didn't have to stun it. Needs to step short to the ball line. And will. Great opener.
He potted the exact same red as first shot of this session and finished exactly where he has on the green. Oh, never doubt this fella. My goodness.
Well, he's comfortably on the green. He's looked at the yellow because the red he'd like to play on is the one that's just below the black. But the yellow would be the natural screw, but he'd be stretching. So playing off the green. It's all about line and length. All about line, a lovely line. And a perfect length.
4.
It's actually quite a similar position to the last frame where John had 2 or 3 loose reds to go at. A bit reticent of going into the pack, but oh yeah, that was a good shot. Unfortunately, I don't know if he's developed anything else.
12.
No, he hasn't. The red, he's just going to breeze past here, doesn't go. It'll go to right middle, but not the corner. They're quite a nice shape, actually, the pack, if and when he gets a chance to play into them.
13.
How straightish is he on this black? Is he going to force it now? Yeah, he's going in.
Yeah, lots of backspin. And it's worked out okay. Okay, maybe a bit close to red, but he doesn't have to do much work with the cue ball. And hit the perfect red, and the backspin then brings it on.
20.
It's a delicate little shot, but he's only got to knock it in to be on the black. And played it beautifully.
21. Sure.
Just asking for the cue ball to be cleaned, and what we were talking about in the last frame, Alan, now he lost that frame, he's approached this break completely different.
Yeah. Almost laughing in the face of adversity. That's what the top players do. And if you're going to be a top player in this game, you're going to see a lot of it. What a response. The initial red was, well, spellbinding, quite honestly. It was a fantastic shot.
$29.
Yeah, here's the red again we're going to see off Kyron's break. See, he played the exact same shot, his first shot of this session, and knocked it in. And this is the result. Is he going to restore two-frame advantage? Still a long, long way to go. But great champions just seem to be able to produce when the chips are down and they most need it.
Yeah, and he knows now that this is
36.
a great chance to retain that two-frame advantage going into the final session tomorrow. Look at the pot success
37.
in this third session. 94% John Higgins, 95% Kyron Wilson. That's quality.
$44. $45.
As long as you keep leaving an angle on the black, you can play for the loose reds. Anytime you get in a little bit of trouble in these situations, if you leave yourself too straight, just got enough angle to run round off two cushions. Playing for the red to the middle. Probably have to go up for the blue. He'd like to
52.
come back for the black, but the red on the left-hand side of the table might just cause a problem if he plays for the black.
I'm just thinking as well in this match, if
53.
John goes on to win this frame, he's going to draw the session 4-all, same as this morning. Think back to the first session, the 8th frame. John Higgins led 4-3 and he made a clearance that was from the heavens to win it in the pink. That's all that separates these two men. It's just a shot here or there.
Not done anything wrong. Broke off.
58.
It's a tough game, the snooker at the highest level. Tremendous opening red, as Alan has alluded to and we've shown you. And it looks as though it could win him the frame.
$59.
Just about got the angle on the blue. I think the red 2 down from the pink in the middle of the table is available. But he's eyeing up the one on the left-hand side. This blue puts him 64 points in front, with just 75 remaining, so a red and a colour required. to keep that
64.
2-frame advantage overnight. It looks a formality now
65.
because he's landed perfect on the blue. And as I say, I think the second red down from the pink is available to the left corner. Didn't want to risk playing for it, but that doesn't matter. That does not matter. What a response once again from John Higgins.
70.
Unbelievable. And can he now make his first century of the match?
$71.
Cued that beautifully. And the thing was, Alan, when he got this opportunity, there was no holding back in this frame.
No. Foot to the floor this has been. I just marvel at both players. When they come out into this arena, that hinted that the atmosphere has been electric tonight. To produce what they've produced is just outstanding. So much admiration for what these guys
78.
do. I know I'm biased, but this is the toughest game of the lot. I don't care what anyone says. Punch and counter punch. And the standard has been superb.
Yeah, and this is an example of what we always say about snooker. I mean, Kyron Wilson, this was probably the biggest frame
85.
of the match. He broke off, and that's the only shot he's going to get.
It's theatre. That's what it is. And this is a final act of this session, but what a frame he's played, John Higgins. Kyron has had to sit the entirety of it.
Need a cannon if we're going to see a century. Well, it's just hit it hard, and remember, there's 6 pockets on the table. Oh, he hit it gently. He's only aiming for 1. He's only aiming for 1. 89. Can he get the cannon this time? Can he get the cannon this time?
No, but he can get the double.
Another double.
91.
This might even be a treble. It's the double. Go on!
Well, what a pity. What a session of snooker from both players. I take my hat off to you both, but John Higgins in particular. Kyron Wilson has hit him with 3 century breaks in the match, but John Higgins will not be denied. He knows what to do when it matters, and he takes that 2-frame advantage overnight to tomorrow's final session. He leads Kyron Wilson by 13 frames to 11.
It's beautifully set up, isn't it? Saturday, 2:15. Do join us. BBC Two, John Higgins, 13-11. Can Kyron Wilson force his way back into the semi-final and book a place in his first ever Crucible final? Well, let's turn our attention to the other semi-final now. Barry Hawkins, runner-up here at the Crucible in 2013 when he was beaten by the Rocket Ronnie O'Sullivan, taking on Mark Williams, who's won the competition twice. After the first session, it was 5-3 to Hawkins, and then it was a bit up and down, pretty scrappy second session. We're going to join it with Hawkins leading by 9 frames to 6. This is a very important frame for Mark Williams. Commentary from John Parrott and John Virgo.
Barry Hawkins, 4.
This isn't billiards, you know. This is snooker.
It's a funny one, this, because it's not a shot you really want to put your opponent back into bat with, because you think, oh, he might get me in behind the brown. But at the same time, you don't want to hit this too hard and move a red towards the corner, because you're going to play off the 2 reds that are stuck together to the left-hand side of the brown as we look. That's what he'd probably play off. But he knows that if he plays it that way, he could be knocking a red towards the corner here. That's what he's having a look at now. So if you're going to play it this way, you've got to make sure you get a good cue ball.
Yeah, but you've hit the nail right on the head, haven't you? Would you rather play it yourself or let your opponent play it? And I think Barry's making the right decision here. Well, he's hit it so bad, though. Any time you hit the blue when you're playing the safety means you've hit it much too thick.
You know what, John? I don't think he ever looked comfortable with that decision. I think it was the decision he was more worried about than actual playing of it. And then when he came round to it, he just didn't have it right. He wasn't really 100% focused on that one.
Yeah, and he could have left something easier than this. But Mark will take it on. Ooh, hit it much too hard. He just felt by dropping in medium pace he wasn't going to be on a colour. But when you started to hit it this hard, you just don't find the centre of the cue ball and it throws it offline.
Yeah, it's the first one I can say wasn't particularly smooth in delivery there. There was a lot of pressure on that shot and Mark Williams knew it. I don't think he'd be too dismayed where it's finished. Could have left something easier than this. But at least the frame is looking a lot tidier. Those balls are now in potable positions where a couple of shots ago they weren't. Oh, this is good cueing if you knock this in. Yeah, very easy to do that. Has he fluked it? No, not quite. Yeah. That was like a 2 in 10 shot, that one Barry was taking. Striking down. So both players having a dig at one, and both players getting away with it to some extent.
Well, I don't know about this. Mark having a look at the chance of hitting one red and it going in off the other. And now a change of mind. Oh, he's playing the pot here. He's played the pot! Can he root out a shot or what? It's amazing.
Yeah. I risk of repeating myself, John. There's nobody quite like him. Awkward, horrible shots that nobody likes. He's an absolute genius at them. How many times do you see that shot knocked in? Not many.
Yeah, and to find the gap, to see the gap, to see the shot. Wonderful.
4.
Well, he'd have been kicking himself in the last frame for not winning it. This is a brilliant chance now in this one, and he's got to take it.
Yeah, this blue puts him 33 points in front. So he's looking at,
No.
well, 2 reds, 2 pinks would get him over the winning line.
10.
Wrong side of the blue, so he's going to have to play the pink, which is more difficult.
Yeah, good news is it's a stun down anywhere low, and he's on the back red. It's there.
Solid pot. So now he's 40 points in front, 51 remaining, but not for long. Red and a colour required. And as you say, John, he'd have been hoping to win this session, but after he went 3 behind, he'll be over the moon just to still be 2 behind.
No danger, John. And that opening initial red deserves to win the frame. Simple as that. Fabulous pot. Really well sorted out.
23.
And it looks like it's going to get Mark Williams to just 2 behind again. Brilliant match play from both players today. Fabulous session.
Yes, as Ray Reardon always used to say to me, there's more to snooker than potting balls, and we've seen all facets of the game here in this session. The tactical play and some of the shot selection, particularly from Mark Williams. As you say, there's
29.
very few, if any, would pick out some of the shots he's found out today. It's just remarkable. And the red to start this break was vintage Mark Williams. It's all over now. Barry Hawkins will only get out of his seat to shake his hands and say, I'll see you tomorrow. And this is the red. Tremendous pot. And to find the gap was just tremendous play. And the final two sessions will be played tomorrow morning and evening. And it's still hard to pick a winner. You just favour Barry Hawkins. I think he weathered a storm this afternoon, John.
I'd agree with you, John. I think he was looking the stronger of the two players, but this is why people are world champions like Mark Williams has been on 2 occasions. They can hang in there even when it gets tough.
55.
Wonderful session of snooker. You saw all facets of our great game there from both players. Barry Hawkins, well, I suppose he'd be happy that he's still got his 2-frame advantage. Mark Williams had a chance to level, but he won't hark back on that. It is what it is, and he trails at the end of session 2 by 2 frames. Barry Hawkins 9, Mark Williams 7.
Yes, Mark, still very much in there. So get the coffee and croissants on, book your place on the sofa. It's going to be great. 10 o'clock on BBC Two. Barry Hawkins leads Mark Williams by 9 frames to 7. Remember, 2 more sessions to come. Well, that's it for tonight. Thank you very much indeed for watching. It's all hotting up, and what a fantastic bank holiday weekend of snooker we have. Sleep well. We'll see you in the morning. More of us here. Bye for now.